Shaq. Let's see if I can quickly add him on so we can get this show started. Woo!
Let's get it started. I'm so excited to talk to.
Hey, I'll do
There you go. There he is. What's going on, Shaq?
Let's
nothing
go.
much. Chilling now.
I know.
That's good to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this edition of HBCU Period. We're back, me and Barry, with my lovely co-host, Thai Floyd. We got a special guest for you, one of many for tonight, 2021 Celebration Bowl champion, wide receiver. I know y'all remember those 3 touchdowns, right?
They put on a show for real.
Okay, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I had
hey.
to.
Woo! Showstopper.
Good, and
We
you?
got from South Carolina State. We got Mr. Shaq Davis. How are you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm doing well. I'm happy you were here to
Yes.
join us.
Let's
We're
get
gonna
it.
have some fun tonight.
So look, Shaq, you went to the Shrine Bowl and you did an amazing job. You showcased your talents. What was your mindset when you went out there? What did you say to yourself, to get yourself ready to do what you did?
Basically just to go out there and just show that I can play with any top level of competition. That was really the main thing. Because, coming from HBCU, they don't think we play against no type of competition unless we play a Power 5 school. But there's a lot of guys at the HBCU level who really belongs in the league and could compete with anybody.
I'm happy you mentioned a lot of HBCU talent. You come from the HBCU blue blood right now, Buddy Pugh, long line of South Carolina State products in the NFL. I actually looked it up. I think out of the 15 HBCU products that were in the league last year, South Carolina State had 6. So majority of the the HBCU products. Can you talk about coming from that legacy, that South Carolina State,
just
putting
seeing
your
those
school on your
guys
back
come
when
through,
you go
put in work
through
at
this
South
journey?
Carolina State. We have the same resources that those guys had. And like last year with Jacoby, like me actually being here with him, seeing the work he put in and where he got and how he's performing right now, that was really like a big motivation boost for me. Oh, yeah, I talk to him
Have you
almost
talked to
every day.
him throughout the draft process at all? What have you been telling
He
you?
was just like,
What's
you
the
just gotta be locked in.
Krabby
Feel me? Like, you gotta
Patty
make a lot of
formula? How do you get to
sacrifices.
the NFL? What
Like
do you tell?
during like training and stuff, it was like a long 3 months. He was like, it's a business trip. You can't go down there and just live a regular life. He was like, if you want to make money in the long run, you go down there, handle business, work out, and it'll go from there.
So, Shaq, one of the great things about you is the fact that you run very efficient routes and you're always really catching the ball in space. And if I'm an NFL scout, NFL GM, I'm licking my chops and getting really excited about that. But can you just talk about how you're able to do that? And through this draft process, what personal aspects of your game have you been working on?
During this draft process, I really been working on tightening up my routes. Like making everything try to look like goal balls. I'm a taller receiver, so I can't like get out my cuts like the shorter ones. So I've been really emphasizing working on that as well. And just making plays. That's all it is to it. I just feel like every opportunity I step on the field, I don't know when it's gonna be my last. So I just go out and do whatever I can to make those plays.
Yeah. You mentioned long 3 months. As I mentioned, 6'5", 200, prototypical. This is what scouts, when they say we want a wide receiver, those are the numbers they're throwing out. Throughout this process, what's been the feedback, talking to some NFL teams and scouts? What have they been saying about your performance?
They said I improved a lot
NFLPA
from the
Bowl,
season,
Shrine
like
Bowl.
tighten up my route running. They said route running looks better, but I'm still working on that. There's no such thing. I feel like I'm real hard on myself when it comes to football. I feel like there's no such thing as perfect. So I'm always critiquing myself, trying to get better each and every day so I can be the best me.
Workout-wise, where are you currently working out? You know, after that final game of the season, can you talk us through
Um,
what were the next
After the
steps,
season,
and
I
you
went
know,
down
who
to
were you working
Tampa
out
House
with
of
now?
Athletes in December. I got down there like December 12th. Started working out the next day, and I was down there for 3 months, and then I came back here 2 days before my pro day, which was March 13th. So I was down there from December to March, and now I'm currently working out at my school.
Jeez, that's a long few months. I mean, you're training your body, but how have you been getting? You're agreeing. You're like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really long. It was really long. So, with just kind of transitioning to this next journey of your life, having to work out hard every single day, and I'm sure there's maybe some stress surrounding pro day and other opportunities that you've had to showcase your talents. How have you been able to get yourself ready mentally for that?
Just taking it day by day. I don't try to look too far into the future, because like if I look too far in the future and I don't get the results I want, then it's gonna cause disappointment. So I just go day by day, work like that.
And one thing about, you know, your draft journey, a little bit different from most prospects, you know, they have Senior Bowl, they have NFL Combine, they have some of those bigger events. Can you talk about your mindset? You know, you might not have been invited to a combine, but how important it is for you
Just
to kind of
like you
show
said, just
out
show up
when
when
you
I
do
did
get
get an
those
opportunity. Like at
opportunities.
my pro day, I had a chip on my shoulder. I was like, I kind of felt disrespected about not getting a combine invite. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. I know a lot of guys that made it to the league, they didn't get a combine invite. So I'm just taking it day by day.
All right, here's a fun question, and we know that you can't really choose this in reality, but if you could, which NFL team would you want to go to and why?
It really doesn't matter. I just want to have the opportunity to go play. That's all.
Okay, we tried it. Shaq, which team did you root
Vikings,
for growing up? Who was your team? If you
Minnesota
put on
Vikings.
Madden right now,
Yeah,
which team
I
you
had
picking?
like this since second grade. I was in the house
Okay.
watching Sports Center before I got on the bus to go to school, and I seen Adrian Peterson break out for a long run, and I had like the colors, so I was like, I'm gonna be a Vikings fan. And I was a Vikings fan ever since second grade. Yes, man. Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
AP. I was about to say you see Justin Jefferson. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
like
oh,
Justin too.
he like
You might
wide
fit in. You
receiver.
might fit in there very well. They
We'll
just
see.
they just got rid of Freeman, so they need somebody else.
Yeah, we'll see.
You might be the guy.
Throughout this process,
Yeah.
has you know certain teams been giving you a
All
little
right,
bit more
we'll take
love
we'll
than
take that answer.
others?
You know, everything's got to be very, very tight-lipped. So at least we get that.
uh,
AFC, NFC, East, West, South, North.
AFC. Both AFC and NFC. That's all I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
We got options.
You know, we coming back, and I can't wait to watch the draft because I gotta. You know, one thing, you know, following the draft and talking to some of the prospects, and once they get drafted, I'm like, did you expect to get drafted by
Yeah, I
them?
heard
And
that's
they
how
were
it is
like,
though.
no,
Like the
they talked
ones
to me
that
once
barely
the
talk to you,
entire
gonna be the ones
process.
that'll pick you up.
Yeah, that makes sense. So aside from, some career goals that you may have of, maybe winning, accolades, winning a Super Bowl, what else do you envision yourself doing with your stature, maybe as far as like foundations or, charitable endeavors is concerned? What do you see yourself doing?
Um, just making sure everybody in my family's straight. And that's really all it is to. I don't want like my nieces, nephews, all of them. I want them to have just a smooth life. I don't want them to have to worry about anything. So making sure I can generational wealth, basically.
I know that's right.
Yes, man.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I
I
have a
got a
fun
lot
one for you. Who do you
of
think is your player
Martavis Bryant,
comparison?
but a lot of people say Calvin Johnson.
I'm from Detroit, so if they
That's
Yes,
the
compare you
ma'am.
to Calvin
right there.
Johnson, that is a very worthy
Megatron.
comparison.
Well,
God.
Oh yeah.
Megatron, we love Megatron over here. Megatron played for the Lions in quite a few years, and anytime we see him, he gets mobbed. It's that we love hard in Detroit. Wink, wink, in case they want to call your name.
No, that's
Just saying.
right. Well, Shaq, what do you have to say to? I see so many people in the comments just putting their support out there. Shaq, boo, boo, everybody in the comments supporting you and showing you love. So, what do you have to say to those people who champion you throughout your journey and champion you throughout your whole journey?
I just want to say I appreciate all y'all for all the support. Like I said, it's been a long process, and I couldn't have did it without that type of support. A lot of people in the comments are some of my teammates, and yeah, without them, I don't know where I'll be right now. They push me hard every day, whether it was workouts, on the field, practice, just staying on me for meetings and stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all for that.
That's sweet.
And Shaq, to finish it off, what are the draft plans?
Yeah,
so
what
is it?
I
We
might
doing
throw a little
parties?
cookout
We
plan.
doing barbecues?
I'm gonna go to the
We got a
crib, do a little
hotel
have a
room.
little
What's
family
going on?
get-together. Probably invite a few of my friends over. Nothing too crazy.
All right, who's on the grill? Who's cooking?
Oh,
Are we catering?
my stepdaddy on the grill for sure.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
Oh, pops. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a nice draft party.
Huh? Y'all can come.
Where?
All right now. We in there. We bring the
Where's our
party for
invite?
real. So
For sure. More than likely.
Your teammates come in as well. Coach
It
Pugh.
was so nice to have you on here, Shaq. I remember I went to the game when you played Bethel Cookman, and there's this one play you just went right by him. It was like, phew! I was sitting on the sideline and like the wind shook me. The wind from your sails shook me. I was like, oh shoot, he's out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. During that play, my mindset was like, once I caught the ball and I jumped over the corner, I was like, just run, don't get caught. Like the whole time running, I'm like, don't get caught, don't get caught, don't get caught. And I could feel like somebody like touched my neck. So I'm like, So I'm running. And like the end zone just kept getting further and further and further. I'm like, man. Then I finally got there. I was like, all right, good.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I made it.
Probably.
I got $10. The person you felt on your neck was probably your hair. Like, you hit a
Probably.
All right,
This
last
your old hair.
question. What is your favorite memory from your college career?
Winning Celebration Bowl.
I knew that was the one.
Not big.
Yeah. Winning Celebration Bowl.
I mean, his celebration bowl. Hold on, wait.
Yeah,
Put
for
that.
sure.
I want to see Aubrey.
Listen, when you make it to the league and you score your first touchdown, you gotta bring back the prime shuffle.
Okay, for sure. I can do that. I can do that.
I was about to say Celebration Bowl was a good
Oh,
performance.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
what you did against North Carolina Central this season. I'm like,
That was so slight.
I went all that.
Over 100 yards.
Well,
Touchdown.
Man.
wish you the best. Congratulations on everything. You've been super exciting to watch. And just a note for me and Mia, when you make it to the NFL, don't forget to do interviews with us.
Oh no,
Again,
my line open to anybody who's working with HBCUs. My line's always open. For sure.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to it because I still reach out. I'm like Kobe Durant, James Houston. I'm like, hold on, I gotta do follow-ups. Marquise
my
Bell.
line's always
So
open to you.
I know that's right. Well, we calling for sure.
For sure. No problem.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Shaq.
Appreciate
All right,
you,
next
Shaq.
up, we got some good guests. Now, Mia, I'm so excited to see where Shaq lands.
I am too. As soon as he said the Megatron comparison, I could see it. I see the big body frame, the ability to go up and get the ball. Don't care who's around you, he getting that ball. The leaping ability, the speed. I've been following the whole process. Some people who have been doubting Shaq's speed. They're like 4'6". I'm like 4'6".
Don't do him.
Nah, that
and
boy
plus,
4'4".
he's huge.
Like, don't
6'5", like we
put a
said,
little respect on
6'5",
that.
200, prototypical size of NFL receiver. And let's call a spade a spade. There aren't many 6'2" plus nickel DBs, safeties, so it's easy. It's gonna be real easy to get right past all those guys. Check his GOAT. Yep.
One thing about size like that, you can't, like, come on, size. You can't teach size.
Right.
It's like speed. You either have it or you don't. Listen, the way God made me vertically challenged, I had to accept the speed.
You get both, and yeah,
God with Shaq Davis, you don't have to choose. You get both.
But I'm a little clumsy, so. So that's pretty much that on that. If I were an NFL GM, just in thinking of guys that I would want on my team, I would definitely want a Shaq Davis. Just because, like I said before, he catches the ball in space, man, and he is always racking up his
radius.
And I'm not talking about Kodak Black, y'all. I'm talking about yards after the catch. He's always racking up his yak. He's always catching the ball with straight hands, and that's just an indication of the good routes, man. So if he was already running good routes, and he said he's going to tighten up those routes, baby. I know, right? I don't know where our guys are.
I'm trying to get our guy. They're not tripping, but I'm excited about this next guest, and I can feel you hissing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited about this one too. I mean, Zaylan, he's just so dope, and he's super talented, and I'm excited to see what. We got tons of great guys, great guests coming on. So.
I know. I'm hoping we can get to see who's been talking. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. Went to the Senior Bowl. Isaiah Land. Everyone in HBCU realm knows him for being this amazing edge rusher. But throughout the draft process, he kind of shifted positions.
And it's crazy because when you look at his body
him
type
as a linebacker now,
and you look at him, you'll see that he actually is a prototypical NFL linebacker. And I think the versatility will really help him too. A lot of people had a lot of questions about his size when you're going up against guys like Trent Williams, for example, who's like 6'7", 300 pounds. But I think that just shows his versatility and just how great of an athlete that he is. Can't wait to get him on. He did say that he was stuck in traffic on the way home, though. So, you know how that be.
Oh, it depends on what type of traffic. If he's in Atlanta traffic, we might have to talk to him tomorrow. Or LA traffic. I kid you not. I did a Rams OTA camp. It ended around 4. Someone told me don't even try the freeway. So I went to a coffee shop, started writing my story. At this point, it's 7:00 at night. I'm like, all right, should be clear. Nope. Bumper to bumper, see you at 7. Where? Yes, where is our guy at?
Zaylan.
Because I saw him join for a second.
So, Mia, what other HBCU draft prospects have you been looking at, and are you excited for?
I will say I've heard a lot of buzz about Isaiah Bolden at Jackson State. And I think just watching him smooth that's a punt returner, and then seeing him, defensive back. I'm actually kind of excited. Smaller guy, but I kind of like, he's a hard hitter. That's one thing, they call it the no fun league. But when you see a guy that, as soon as you see him coming after you, go ahead, brace yourself because you're taking some contact. Yeah, that's probably one of my faves. I have someone I'm looking at, but not for this draft. Actually, next year's draft. I think NFL teams would be hard pressed if they weren't giving Davius Richards a serious look at this point in his career. We also have Xavier Smith over 100 yards. Like, you can't ignore that.
No, you're good. And I mean, thinking about guys in next year's draft, just looking at guys like Robert Mitchell, and I was talking to our friends over at HBCU. That's dope.
He's at Maryland
but
now,
Robert Mitchell is the MEAC Offensive Lineman of the Year. And one of the great things about Robert Mitchell is that as a guard with some of these teams, and more specifically, if I was John Lynch, I'd be taking a great look at him because of the fact that in the 49ers offense, it's all about high percentage plays. He can smash a guy. He's always getting a pancake, but one of the best things about him, if he were to get drafted to a team like the 49ers, is that the guard and the tackle, they do combo blocking. So he wouldn't have to do much, baby.
Okay. I'm still, you have your 49ers. I have my Lions. You see what they did with James Houston last year and how he was able, got drafted initially, cut, practice squad, came back November. Who's to say, had he not played a full season on the active roster, he might have superseded someone for Defensive Player of the Year. The amount of pressure and sacks he was able to get off the edge. You got an HBCU alum in Brad Holmes as our GM. I'm an HBCU prospect. That Honolulu blue and gray
Honestly,
might not be the worst thing in the world.
I think the Lions are one of the teams that I'm actually really excited to see just kind of what they continue to do as far as free agency is concerned, as far as the draft is concerned, and what team they're able to assemble. I think that they have a lot of potential, and it seems like people would run through a brick wall for your coach. So continue to get guys on board.
We bite kneecaps.
We're not on them ankles. Wow. Our guest.
Okay, while we wait for our next
guy,
who are your top
HBCU
three
prospects? I'd say my number one is and will always be Kamari Averett. I got to go with Kamari Averett. Kamari Averett is 6'6". On top of being 6'6", he's about like 230. He's really big. And one of the best things I think about him is that he's a prototypical tight end. And we were talking to him the other day, and he was talking about how much he loves to hit people. So you don't have to worry about a tight end who doesn't want to block and who won't do the intangibles. Last season, he had 15 pancake blocks. So he's not afraid to get down and dirty. And then he also runs great routes. So I think that he is definitely somebody to watch. I would say our next guest, Isaiah Land. Isaiah Land, very slippery guy, very good guy, 2021 Buck Buchanan Award winner. I think that he has tons and tons of potential, and I know for a fact he's already getting a lot of looks. So he's definitely somebody to watch out for. And then, I mean, I know they say that South Carolina State is the pipeline, but I got to give my next top prospect to somebody at my alma mater, Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith, he wasn't a guy that a lot of people I felt gave respect to until he went to the HBCU combine and he ran his 40 until he was able to show off his abilities, and he was the only person to score a touchdown in that game. So I think that those three are my prospects. What about you?
I said Bolden. I just love his playmaking ability. You got to see it all along with Jackson. I'm going to You didn't mention him, but oh Lord, I'm gonna stick
The
with the
guy.
Jackson train. Aubrey Miller. The guy, just seeing him at the Senior Bowl, I think it's amazing. Senior Bowl, Aubrey Miller, Isaiah Lamb, both invited. And when they're starting off that defensive series, Senior Bowl, some of the top seniors in the nation, Power Fives, when they put out that first starting lineup, you had two HBCU prospects on the defensive end. You had Miller, you had Land, and coming around the edge, putting pressure, filling in gaps. I think Miller's probably he's in my top three. Land, Miller, I love Bolden. Actually, I'm going to give some love to the big men. Mark Evans from UAPB. You know, UAPB might not have had the flashiest season this year, undergoing a coaching change after it. But one thing about Mark Evans, big, solid, disciplined pass blocker. You're going to make sure Skylar has some time to get that. Skylar Perry had at least
and it's crazy
3 seconds to get
one of
off
the last
something before the
players
rest
to
of the
get
rush came.
an NFL opportunity to get drafted in 2013 was another tackle, Teron Armstead, who is a Pro Bowler, who is a phenomenal player. So if we're following in those footsteps, then shoot, Mark is going to be amazing in the National Football League. He got invited to the Combine, was able to show what he's got. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and then my sleepers, I love wide
Jadakiss
receivers, so I gotta go Jadakiss.
And they needed whatever team they go
big.
to, their social department, their media department better get it right, and they need to let him pick out a Jadakiss song that he likes every time he touched that end zone, blast over the speakers.
Okay, let's see if any of our guests joined us. Oh Lord. Nope, none just yet. Oh. Hold on, we're having some technical difficulties.
Did I disappear for a sec? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I was making sure that our guests didn't get lost and had to send some quick text, but I'm back now. Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, I have a quick question for you. You know, like we saw 4 HBCU products hear their name called. What's your prediction for this year?
I say that we're going to hear anywhere from 6 to 7 guys called. I'll give us about a good 6 to 7.
Okay.
6 to 7. I think we'll have tons of guys signing UDFAs and tons of guys that'll make the roster, but those for sure. You know what? I haven't seen a lot of noise for our D2 guys.
I would agree. I haven't seen too much noise, but there are D2 guys that also exist. You know, Fayetteville State. Josh, you have Joshua.
Super Bowl champion.
First in the league. Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champion, caught an interception in the AFC Championship. And
that's one of my favorite post game. You know, went to the Super Bowl, had him like break the entire catch down, and he tells it way better than I could with lots of personality. Let's see. Is this our guy?
I think he's a good one. And I think that him being drafted, and especially with him being drafted first off the board, it just shows you the amount of talent that we have in the HBCU space. But not only that, the fact that he gets drafted first, wins the Super Bowl, makes a huge play in the divisional championship. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it must be Joshua too, because another D2 prospect
Yes.
scout should keep their eye on Joshua Pryor
Bowie, the
from
CIAA. It's the last time I saw you, Mia.
I know. Okay, so where are guys at? I think I saw Land join and then pop out. Okay,
So we talked about prospects. We talked about guys that we're looking forward to seeing, get drafted, sign UDFAs. But who are 3 players you're excited to see who are still at their HBCU? Mm-hmm.
Still at their HBCU?
Yes.
I already mentioned one, Davies. Reigning national champs right now. Go Pee Wee. Going into his senior year, I want to see how he, I would like what's going on. I want to see what you can do next year. It's like, wow, you saw what he could do. Morgan State game, phenomenal. Celebration Bowl, you got to see like his ankle, he was recovering from an ankle injury, still a dual threat, running, passing, trick plays worked in Central's favor. So I'm looking to see how Davies can lead, how Pee Wee can lead that team this upcoming season, especially now with the target on the back. It's one thing to come in, complete a whole season, oh, we're the underdogs. We trying to prove ourselves. How do you respond now that you've proven yourself? You got that title. You ate. Like, come on. I want to see how you bounce back from that. So that is definitely one. Let's see. It's the Jackson State as a whole. I'm very curious to seeing that program. Same with Bethune. You have those 2 programs, 2 new coaches coming in, looking to set their mark, and you're very open and curious to seeing what they can do. Jackson State, T.C. Taylor, huge shoes to fill. 2 back-to-back SWAC championships. Bethune, post-Ed Reed situation, post-protest. How can you as a coach, bring this squad together? How can you get them to cohesively play good football months removed from all types of turmoil that they've been through? Let's see. So I can literally say why I'm excited to see every team.
Florida A&M.
But those are. We
sure did. Cardell Thomas.
I just saw you guys sign a kid from LSU.
I'm excited to see what he can do and the type of protection that he could give Jeremy Musa. Yeah.
Oh, year 2 for Musa. You got the taste of the swag. You tasted the swag. What can you do now that you tasted the swag? Oh Lord, we talking about Jeremy Musa, and I see our next guest is here. He can tell you all about the swag. He is swag. That's a love.
All right. Trying to make sure I get everything together first. I'm sorry.
Nah. Oh, he said, oh, wait, hold on, guys. I got to get ready. I got to make sure I'm looking good. I got to make sure everything is together.
Thanks,
We've been waiting on this one. We excited.
All right, there we go. Am I good?
I'm like, we were just talking about Jackson State, and now face of Jackson State's defense for the last 2 seasons. Missed the 45. I already see it in the comments. Our guy, Aubrey Miller. Aubrey, how are you?
We feeling great.
Feeling good. We've been talking football the last 30 minutes, so we feel great.
As soon as Aubrey was going to join the live, everybody was going to come in here because you already know Jackson State, they show love. Everybody shows love, but we're so excited to have you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all got me here.
Yes, so I interviewed you, Celebration Bowl. We did 100 yards, and I got to know you a little bit better. We got to talk about your journey at that moment. But now that everything's all said and done, how you been? How's the process been?
Things been extreme, man. It's been epic. You know, of course, a lot of interviews, a lot of workouts still. Well, for me, I'm not stopping. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm ready, that I'm able to come into whichever team that picks me, man. I'm ready to go on the team and go all out for them, man. So I'm just making sure I'm staying healthy, stretching, taking care of my body, and of course, interviews. So a lot of time management as well.
Okay.
One thing when I had the chance to talk to you, you did mention you're working out in Jackson. And for you, how does it feel, going through this process and having, your team, your teammates, TC
I
Taylor
mean, I'm
and the
still
whole
around
Jackson
these
State
guys
community
every day.
kind of
You
so
know, it
close
doesn't feel
and
like anything
encouraging
has
you along the
changed.
way?
These guys are excited to see me. I mean, just seeing the look on their face and the energy that I bring to them just only pushes me to keep going and to make sure I represent this team to the maximum. Especially being around Coach TC, how he tells me and reminds me that I'm that guy and that I'm able to do it. I'm going to make history, things of that nature. Of course, Coach O, a lot of guys that's still here. It's just all about reminding me, especially working out with Coach B, the new stretch coach. I'm sorry about that. But especially
No, but
working out with Coach B, the new strength coach. I mean, he's taking
God
me in like
bless you.
I've been working with him since I first got here. So, you know, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm looking at the comments, man.
no,
I'm saying
yeah,
probably
these
stuff.
comments are and I love it. I love the, just the support that you have, and you were a transfer. You spent 2 seasons at Jackson State, and I mean, I'm not sure of how it was at your previous school, but what can you just say about this community, their love and support, and how they've accepted you?
It's unmatched. I mean, I don't think no other school, no other city, no other environment can compare to Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm not just talking about the college town, the college part. I'm talking about everywhere. Like I said, from the places that say you can't go to, and the places that say that's the best. The environment, everything about this place is amazing. I mean, they take care of you. When I say that, like they treat you like family. Once you choose to be able to represent Jackson, I mean, you might as well say you're a resident of Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah. And Aubrey, how has your career at Jackson, all the adversity you faced with the Tigers, what you've learned, how have you taken like some of those lessons and kind of applied them
Oh,
to your
make sure
draft
you
journey?
ain't hit mute, Aubrey.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Jackson, Mississippi teaches you about life. Everything
yeah,
that you can imagine about Jackson, Mississippi is going to teach you exactly about life. Like I said, Jackson, Mississippi is not the place that everybody would call the best state to be in or the best city to be in. I mean, but to me, it's beautiful. Like I said, it teaches you a lot of things about life, from the water crisis, from power outages, things of that nature, things that a lot of people can't be used to. I mean, I'm from Memphis, so I'm kind of used to a lot of this stuff. But like I said, it teaches you about life, it teaches you how to manage, not take things for granted, teach you how to make the best of what you have. And that's what these guys out here do. I mean, when you talk about like family, when you talk about the get-togethers, how they make sure they take advantage of everything that they have to make sure they have a good time. I mean, that's what they do here. It's not like I said, it's not $1 million. It's not a lot of things, great venues and stuff like that. It's mostly, like I said, they're taking advantage of everything that they have, and even the less fortunate makes ways to still be able to enjoy Jackson, Mississippi. And like I said, a lot of people can't be able to do that. But these guys show you how to do that. Like I said, further on in life, I'm never going to take things for granted. No matter how things go, I'm always going to be happy just because I was able to experience being.
All right. So the season ended, then you went into training. Just talk about that process, and also give us some insight as to what you have been working on as far as what personal aspect of your game that you want to get better at.
Season ending, man. I really wish I could have had one more. I mean, just because, like, you look at when you first go into college football, and then you look at your last time, it doesn't seem fast while you're in the process, but once it's over, I mean, it's over. And it's like, I just wish I could at least have one more game in a college uniform just to be able to say that I still play college football. But after that, I mean, it's kind of like it hasn't hit me yet. I'm still waiting on draft day. I know y'all said I was going to cry and stuff like that, but, I'm just waiting on that day. Emotions hasn't hit me yet either. It's just mostly a lot of thinking. A lot of working hard and a lot of thinking. Just hoping that somebody noticed my hard work and noticed that my talent, the things that I've done on this team, and noticed that my leadership can go a long way. But I mean, as far as the season being over and going into this training, like I said, it's been fun. I mean, this one thing I would say, it's been fun. I met a lot of people, a lot of great people, and I just hope to keep building those relationships as time go by. As far as working out, I mean, everybody know this stuff don't stop. So, I can't say what I really want to say, but I mean, I'm forever gonna keep working out no matter what.
Yeah. Aubrey, long process. How have you kind of balance the emotions of going through the draft process, the ups, the downs, the
I
long
mean,
workouts
emotionally, there
to
were a
get
lot
to,
of ups and downs.
the draft?
When I had my downtimes, all I had thought about was just the times that I've been through where things has been worse. Things have been worse. I could have been stuck in a lot of places, but just walking by faith and not by sight. That's kind of what got me here. Kind of what's keeping me strong. Having the right people around me as well. When they talk about your circle, make sure that you have the right people around you, especially family, friends, and all those things goes a long way. Also having guys that's already in the NFL as well, like Drew Lock. You got James, my guy Tyree Gillespie, my guy Bledsoe. It's a lot of guys that's in the NFL that can always reach out to, and just be reminded, that this is what's supposed to happen. This is how it feels during this process. So, like I said, just make sure I have the right circle and the right friends mentally. This will help me. Now, working out wise, physically, stuff has been intense. I've been working out at House of Athletes down there with Yo Murphy, and like I said, man, he knows how to do it. He's been doing this for a long time. He brings in a lot of great guys too. They are vets. Like I said, it's where I kind of built most of my relationships. And then too, not only that, I mean, I've been taking notes of everything we've been doing, so I'm able to come back to Jackson and still be able to do those things as well.
What would you say throughout this process? You've said that you've communicated with guys who are already in the league. So what's the best piece of advice that you've gotten and something that you've kind of etched in your brain?
The best piece I have is just all about making sure that I keep in touch with the terminology that a lot of teams give out. They want to listen to see if you're actually listening, not just about what you're supposed to do, but actually how to say it. Like if you was to have to be able to teach somebody else, that's kind of what I've been paying attention to. A lot of terminology that they talk about, as well as time management. A lot of things I've already been prepared for, especially during this recent season of trying to be a pro. But a lot of things that Coach Prime has already put me on game about, and especially my position coach, Coach Hart. I'm just taking all that stuff in and just keep staying consistent. That's one of the biggest things too. Consistency is the biggest thing as far as this game, period, no matter what level you're on. So there's those kinds of a few things that I'm trying to make sure I take advantage of. Consistency would be number one though.
Yeah. Taking advantage, you along with Land, one of the two HBCU prospects that got to go to the Bowl. Can you talk about how valuable that experience was during this draft journey?
Right.
I think you told me you talked to all 32 teams.
Playing with Isaiah, man,
and
like
some of
we went from going against each other to being on teams, and not only that, we actually made a name for ourselves worldwide, especially playing with Power 5 guys. So that was a great connection with him. I mean, I know how hard he works. I actually got to meet him formally when I went to go visit XPE one day, and I got to have a few words with him as far as, just watching him work out and things like that. So I knew he was going to be a great guy, and I know it's only going to go far for him. But as far as talking with all 32 teams, the biggest thing is like, they just want to see if we can keep up. I think this is one of the biggest sleeps about HBCUs. They want to see if we can keep up now rather than if we can dominate. But I think we've shown that a lot of guys in the HBCU are able to dominate no matter what level it is, no matter who we play. So I think we exposed that.
And what other ways do you think that you can continue to bring attention to HBCUs and the prospects that we have? It seems like no matter what, you have the Jacoby Durants, the James Houstons. It still seems like there's people that will say certain things or not fully believe or buy into it. But if there's a prospect on here who's deciding between a P5 school and an HBCU, what would you tell them?
If you're a baller, they're going to find you anywhere you go. But the biggest thing is, man, we just got to make sure we keep doing the same thing we've been doing. I mean, it's guys of great talent at a lot of HBCUs. It's not just Jackson. I mean, of course, like I can name you a few of them, but I don't want to be biased or anything like people would say. But people know it's talent and swag. There's a lot of guys that can play in this league. So yeah, I mean, as far as if you choose a school, man, if you just want to go for the money, if you just want to go for the nice luxury things, just think about your future. Just think about how many other guys are thinking the same way you are. Instead of stepping outside of the box and going somewhere and actually giving back. Man, that's kind of things that I stand on. As far as going back to HBCUs, just thinking about the change and thinking about how you could change the outlook and the narrative about HBCUs. I'm thinking about the history part. I'm not thinking about the luxury things. The luxury things are going to come out after you handle your business, after you are able to develop and lead a team that people don't think would be great. You get what I'm saying? So those are kind of some of my tips I'll give or some of my suggestions that I'll give out in opinion.
Aubrey, we're exactly 1 week away from the start of the NFL draft. Can you talk about, you're coming to the end of the process, well, prospect wise, and, those thoughts, those
Like I
emotions
said,
being
man, I'm
so
kind of
close
numb
through
right now.
accomplishing a childhood dream?
It's not like any emotions. I'm literally focused on just still working. That's what my mindset has been on, working out every day, stretching every day. That's kind of what my mindset is on. I feel like when that day comes, I finally have emotions. But right now, I feel the same. Like I know what I bring to the table, and I just know whoever happens to bless me, I'll make sure I give everything that I have to them. So that's kind of what my mindset is.
You, the emotions. So did
Basically.
that's what's gonna happen. You, the emotions. All right, so we got some fun questions for you, Aubrey. So,
Okay.
for me to start it off, we know you can't pick, but if you could,
Right.
what NFL team would you go to? It's a safe space here, and you don't have to give that. Whoever gives me an opportunity, you can let us know.
That's really a hard one, man. I'm more of a dark side guy. I like teams that's known for defense. I like teams that's known for destruction. I like teams that's known for domination. Like I said, I grew up a Ray Lewis fan. I've always liked Ray Lewis. Also a Brooks fan as well. So, Tampa would be a good team, but I know for sure the Ravens. I mean, like I said, I've been a purple and black, been watching them all my life. But don't get me wrong now, you still got Troy Polamalu is another guy I grew up watching as well. I'm an old school guy. So, the Steelers have been another team that I've been liking as well since Troy Polamalu been there. Of course, you got way more teams, but those two old school guys will caught my attention as I was growing up, and I tried to imitate my game after.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I want the team that wears the black Air Force Ones to every single game.
Okay.
All right.
That's where I want to be. I want for a fun one. Which player are you looking forward the most to tackling?
I'm gonna start off with
NFL?
Tony Pollard. That's my guy. I grew up watching him play as well. Of course he's older than me, coming out of Memphis. But I'll say Derrick Henry, man. I mean, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. I don't think it was anything that'll get my adrenaline going and trying to lay a hat on him.
All right.
Okay. Any quarterbacks you got your eyes on? Because you would miss the chase a quarterback in the
really
SWAC.
all of them.
Chase
My whole mission is to get rid of the quarterbacks.
Okay.
All of them except true. If I want to get my quarterback, I get it too.
That's that Black Air Force energy right there. All right. What player, current or former, do you think you could compare yourself to?
Like I said, Ray Lewis. Are y'all there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, yeah. Ray Lewis will be the guy that I've imitated my game after all my life. And if I had to say another guy, Derrick Brooks, that would be another guy as well because they both played linebacker, but it was two different positions. As far as speed wise, as far as agility wise, covering wise, Derrick Brooks. But as far as a solid guy who's gonna fill the hole, solid guy who's gonna make somebody tap out, Ray Lewis.
Okay.
I feel that. And Aubrey, wrapping this up, you know, pretty much teams have done their interviews, but if a team picks you up,
Picks me up, you're gonna
what
get a
type
guy
of
who's
player
going
are
full
they
out
getting?
every
Let them.
time. High effort. You get a smart guy. You get a knowledgeable guy who knows about the game. You get a hard-nosed guy who loves to hit, who loves to be physical. You get a sideline guy who loves to run. I mean, you get a stamina guy, a guy who never gets tired. I mean, that's kind of what I go by. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I don't stop. This stuff don't stop. So that's the type of guy you get. Of course, you get a family-oriented guy, a guy who tell you loves to be around, who keeps high emotions and just loves to go.
All right, now clue us in on what we're doing, and if we have an invite, are we, having like a backyard cookout kind of thing? Are we at a venue with it? Now we just chilling? Like, what's up? Like, what are we doing?
As dull as this may sound, I haven't even been thinking about a draft party and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure my family, they're gonna have my back on this one. They gonna work something up, man. I know my dad, he's gonna try to. I mean, he's gonna try to go all out with this stuff. So I'm hoping, if all fails, it would be a cookout, but I know it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something with family. It's gonna be in Memphis though. So if you ever want to come to Memphis, make sure I make that.
We on the way. I heard Memphis.
Yeah.
Aubrey is, y'all can plan something for me. I'll just show up.
I'll be there, you know what I mean? But
do y'all, I'm gonna show up.
Right.
All right, Aubrey, this is your chance now. We still got
but I'll be there.
Jackson State people on there, maybe some of your friends, family, and teammates. What would you like to say to them as you sign out?
Man, everybody know, man, it's always love. I love my family. I love my friends. I love anyone who accepted me. I'm always going to be able to represent Memphis and Jackson, as well as Missouri, the people I have in Missouri as well. People that accepted me in Florida, anywhere I go, man, I'm always representing. And then, too, man, I really want to say what I want to say, but this stuff don't stop. But they know what they mean. This don't stop. They know what they mean. Stay with the gang. I'm always representing.
Okay. It don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. It doesn't stop over here with Aubrey Miller. Aubrey,
y'all.
thank you so much for taking the time
to
join us tonight. To everyone. We appreciate you. To everyone that joined in on the live, we appreciate you as well. Had, two killer guests today to talk about their process. And we wish you the best moving forward, and we can't wait to see which team end up with.
Any team that blesses me,
Lions.
Any team that blesses me, man, I'm gonna make sure that I rock out with them. So, like I said, man, it really doesn't matter, but it does. I mean, like I said, no matter what, I'm gonna be able to make a name for the team. We're gonna be able to do something to make sure that my whole thing is I need a Super Bowl, man. Yeah, you get a Super Bowl, you win, everybody get blessed.
First year in. Yeah, the ink on his contract is not even dry yet.
Well, thank you so much, Aubrey. We appreciate you joining us, and good luck.
Thank you.
Moving forward.
I'll see y'all. Y'all have a good day.
All right, don't forget about us now.
I got you.
Yeah, we still gonna need those interviews.
I got you.
We still here.
All right.
All right. Well, Miss Nia, it looks like that concludes our show. Isaiah Land just got caught in traffic. I don't know where he is.
We gonna say it's that LA, Atlanta hybrid
traffic. LA, Atlanta, that Fort Lauderdale. That baby is stuck.
But I think he did a good job talking about him and his accomplishments, like Aubrey, like Shaq. Be on the lookout for Isaiah Land as well. Buck Buchanan Award winner. That boy knows how to. If I'm a quarterback, you need eyes in the back of your head to find him.
You will.
Sack master. Trust me. You didn't see him tonight. You will see him soon. We don't stop. You leave HBCU, you should go to the NFL. We still covering you. So
we can't say what we want to say, but this don't stop, right? So.
If you want to say that, you should have let me know. What's that little that I would or that
Right. Beep, beep.
like hold on, get the button together before y'all start. But
Y'all,
everyone,
we see
thank you.
Jackson
That's all
State.
we have. Jackson State, y'all are in the building. Thank you for joining us. Be commented the
Oh, we got the Qs
love,
in
and
here
I've seen
too?
so many Tigers, so it's
We got the
always
bros in here? Okay. My dad's the
oh,
bros. Yeah.
you know where that 7 oil at. But anyway, everybody got a good evening. It's me, Mary, and Thai Floyd with HBCU period.